Hello, Dharmesh sir.
Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have Mr. Dharmesh Patel with us. He is the CEO and founder at Privacy Pillar. We are attending the amazing BSides Bangalore and W3CS Annual Cybersecurity Conference 2025 edition. With that, I would like to obtain some learned insights from the prominent leader in the privacy space, Mr. Dharmesh Patel himself. So, Dharmesh sir, we would like to understand more about where the privacy journey is heading towards as a revolutionary aspect in India geography, considering DPDPA coming into the picture and the DPDPA rules floating all around, considering and thinking that India is a very socialized kind of a society where people are always ready to freely share and distribute their personal information.
Correct. So, I have my family members. We all use WhatsApp, right? Every now and then, even your Aadhaar card, everything gets on a WhatsApp side. You send your text messages. People need to be really aware of how the data actually flows, right? Where the data kind of lands in. With these privacy regulations, allows not just companies to individuals to take control over the data as well, right? From cross-border security protocols to your sharing this particular information. Be very mindful of what you share on the social media as well, because we all like to share a little bit of our lives on social media, right? But as a social media, all your content is available. With the deepfake AI, generation, like a video generation, it makes very easy for all this like a malicious AI to actually come and extort money from you or your relatives, right? For example, let's assume that you have your phone and you have a voice, you upload a video on a social media. What happens is some people can take their video, take your voice recording of the particular video and generate make a phone call to your relatives that you're in a distress, for example. What happens? Your relatives really cares about you, right? So what they're gonna do? Try to send them money. And by the time they figure out and they figure out that there is an issue, money is already gone. So always have like some sort of phrase that you and your relatives understand when this kind of conversations happen. It's going to be very common going forward because the AI is getting really, really powerful. So you got to be really careful who do you share it with, what kind of content you share with, and stay away from social media.
No, absolutely. Those were wonderful insights around, with generative AI picking it up, deepfake is genuinely, one of the biggest threats around, not just, from the privacy standpoint, but also the human threat to individual as well. So that's where we need to be cautious about what kind of the information we are sharing across over the social medias and the other platform. I would like to understand more about how the one con about AI is the deepfake threat that we have it at hand, but at the same time, if you look at it from the other side of the sword of the AI, like how AI is going to be enabling the privacy assessments if we want to perform the privacy impact assessments, or we want to carry out the data discovery for our unstructured data in those aspects. How can we really try augmenting AI within our particular ecosystem so that we are going to be on the top of the current shortcomings that we have it in performing our privacy assessments in a very comprehensive manner.
Right. So doing the privacy assessment, right, there's a lot of processes and policies you have to in place. AI can speed up that process with creating policies. But once you have those policies in place, it's very important for you to implement those policies, right? Just because having a policy doesn't gonna make you compliant. You gotta have a proper tools and services in place to make sure your data flows correctly, your data is mapped correctly. AI can definitely help you identify some of that data in your organization, whether data is stored, whether it be it's a structured or unstructured data. And end of the day, it's organization responsibility to make sure they tag that data correctly, right? And have a processes in place. For example, under DPDPA, a consumer can ask to remove their information. So you should know where that particular data resides. So that's why data mapping is extremely important for organization.
Yeah, absolutely. Data mapping, data tagging, data labeling, data governance, in fact, holistically is going to be the critical factor. Another very interesting point, Dharmesh sir said it with us. My last question probably for you, Dharmesh sir, is around how much of the adoption on privacy enhancing technologies do you see in the, startup ecosystem who are there on the cutting edge of the software development, wherein the agility is so fast that every sprints are getting released every 2 weeks. During that period, how much of the privacy enhancing technologies are really embedded within that ecosystem to expand the pace of performing our particular privacy assessments, so that we can do the key anonymization or the other kind of the techniques we adopt, so that we are in the ambit of the law, but at the same time we adhere with it.
Yeah, I mean, really good question. A couple of years ago, we had mobile is a first, right? Now, privacy is a first. When you start a startup, right, you should always take privacy very seriously, because you're not just dealing with people's personal information, but they're very sensitive information as well, right? You might be storing their financial information if you have like a fintech startup. So it's your responsibility gets really, really high. In order to basically be compliant as well as to build trust with your customers, you need to actually have all this in place ahead of time. And unfortunately, a lot of companies actually take privacy as a secondary. But if you put this ahead of time, just like as a mobile first, you will build a trust with the users, and your chance of growth is really, really high.
No, absolutely. I mean, the pointers are the privacy first as a culture, that is going to be something that holistically we need to start setting it up right from the top down approach, wherein the leaders need to take that call that we want to call privacy first as a culture. From there, it percolates down to all the processes, because we are going to be having the financial data, we are going to be storing the healthcare data, and lot many other kind of the data, wherein those are going to be sensitive in nature.
Correct.
If we are not going to be having that kind of the privacy first kind of the mindset, it becomes very challenging to advocate about the privacy. Those were really wonderful insights, Dharmesh sir. Nice meeting you, nice interacting with you.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining with us. I hope you are liking the conference and you are going to be enjoying the rest of the day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.